Okay, so let's talk about failure here. So there's this whole thing that failure is not an identity, it's an event. So if you do something and it fails, it's not that you're a failure, but that you just failed that one time. And we all have plenty of failures. But in this video, I want to talk about business failure. So I was just talking to some friends and we were talking about entrepreneurship, and we just got to telling war stories about all the people we knew who had failed businesses, that they were their friends or acquaintances or business partners or whatever who had businesses that failed. And there's lots and lots and lots of different ways to fail, but I know for me it's been almost 20 years I've been in business online, and in that time I've seen all kinds of online businesses fail, and usually it's because they were dependent on one revenue source or one traffic source that they didn't control. Like, they might have had great rankings in Google. I know lots of people that fall in this one. They, back 10 years ago or even 5 years ago, they had this great business that was built on organic traffic. People find them in the search engines, or specifically in Google, and they had that's all the traffic coming into their site was built on that. And it was a great business. It was a great business. And then all of a sudden, Google changed the ranking algorithms, and their business basically dropped by 90% overnight. Seen this over and over. In fact, I had a business that, or a chunk of a business that went through that as well. But the thing is I only had one chunk, one piece of the business, and the whole business wasn't that. What my business was dependent on was my email list. And that's one thing you can own in your business, on an online business. It's one of the few things you can actually own, is your email list and your relationship to that list. Google can't take it away from you. Facebook can't take it away from you. YouTube can't take it away from you. So when you start to build that relationship and you own that relationship by having an email list, that makes you just super resilient. That even, like, for me in my business, my rankings could go away, my products could go away, everything could go away, but as long as I have an email list and have a good relationship with that list, I can rebuild pretty quickly. Now, that isn't to say that my business is completely fail-proof, that something can't come out of the blue and completely shut me down. But if it does, it's probably not going to be overnight, the way losing your Google rankings or losing your Facebook ads account or something like that could shut you down overnight. One of the questions I like to ask myself is, when I look at my business, sort of as a way of mitigating risk, or a way of identifying risk that I can then mitigate, one of the questions I ask is, why wouldn't I buy my business? If I was shopping for a business to buy and I looked at my business, why wouldn't I buy that business? Could be an interesting question for you to ask in your business. Like, if you were just looking from the outside and you were looking at your business, what's the weak point that would make you pause and say, I don't want to buy this business? And so that's a great way to identify that point, and then work on mitigating it, work on fixing it, work on solving it. So it's often in these videos I'm just all positive, all pumped up, all jacked up for you, but it's also, I've been in business for 21 years, and the only way you last for that long a time is by constantly trying to look ahead and saying, what are the risk factors in this business, and then do your best to eliminate those factors. So I'm Jeff Walker. Wherever you're watching this, scroll down, leave a comment for me, and let's go get them this week.